Welcome back to Birds and Swords, presented by The Barn. As we eke into February, a lot going on in the world, a lot going on in video games, and we're going to talk a little bit about both, I guess.
Yeah.
Alyssa here. How's it going?
Good.
Good? Just good?
You know,
Is that are you lying?
one day at a time, right?
One day at a time. I'm like, she's lying immediately.
You know me so well.
Whatever. We're going to talk about a few things today. We're going to get into some gaming stuff, especially PlayStation stuff. We actually have a State of Play tomorrow. I know this will probably come out a little after that, so look for some coverage on that. We're going to talk about the outage a little bit. But first, what's going on that you wanted to talk about? You wanted to talk about...
I went to a raptor training session.
Training. Well, explain what that is, because I thought you were talking about dinosaurs.
Okay, well, kind of. So
I'm like, how you training for something that's extinct?
really carefully.
Raptor training.
So birds of prey are called raptors because it's just common knowledge now that dinosaurs were birds.
So all birds of prey are classified. Is this like a scientific term, or is this?
I think
like
so.
Online?
I'm pretty sure, yes, because it was called raptor training, and then it said train with birds of prey, and then they everyone there that seemed to have a degree in birds of some sort was talking about them as raptors. So it just seems like scientifically we consider them raptors now, which I am all about.
Yeah, it's a super cool name.
Yeah, it's just badass.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So you did a trip. Where was this?
It was at like a wildlife preserve in Brown Deer. I can't remember what it was called. Joker's behind you.
Yeah, Joker would be on the podcast tonight.
But basically, Zach and I went, and it was how they handle large birds that are brought into their wildlife preserve, and so it was a red-tailed falcon, screech owls. There was a crow, and it was just how they work with them, how they train them, how they rehabilitate them. A lot of them can't be re-released because, first of all, I cried every time they brought out a bird, and it was embarrassing. I was sobbing, and I think Zach was embarrassed because he would scooch away from me. He might not know me, but I was sobbing because all of these birds are beautiful. I love them, but they were all brought in because they were hit by cars. Almost all of them were hit by cars.
So this is like a amphitheater setting? Kind
of, yeah. I was inside of a little, it was in the visitor center around a bunch of nature trails.
Okay.
So I don't do a ton of hiking anymore, but I was there for the birds.
Did you have to hike to get there?
No. Thank God. There was a parking lot.
Okay.
It was cold. I didn't want to hike. Maybe in summer.
Yeah.
But
so vultures?
No vulture, but they used to have a turkey vulture.
Okay. We have a lot of those in Missouri, turkey vultures.
There's a lot around here, not obviously around the city, but I see them circling when they see
Yeah, they're really ugly. Really ugly.
I love them.
There are so many beautiful birds, turkey vultures.
No, they're iconic. They are just themselves. But I saw a hawk actually capture a mouse the other day. Zach was turning in, I was in Passenger Princess, and Zach was turning into the gas station, and a hawk flew down, and I was like, oh, the talons are out. And sure enough, it landed, and then it looked around, and I thought maybe he missed, and then he picked it up, and there was a mouse in his talons.
Wow.
I was like, you are a bird of prey. Beautiful beast. But the training session was really cool, and the owls, both owls only had one eye because they got hit by cars. I don't know if it just
Owls get hit by cars?
Yeah, at night. When they're awake.
Yeah,
people are driving.
I've never heard of that. I've never seen an owl on the side of the road.
And they were little screech owls, so they were this big, and they were so cute. It was on my Snapchat. Do you not follow my socials at all? No, it's okay. I don't.
I look at your Snapchat when my phone tells me to. You know what I mean?
Fair. I don't look at anybody's Snapchat.
We talked about that one time. I still have the push notifications and be like, Alyssa added to her story, and it'll be 22 hours ago.
I don't think I saved any of the videos.
I probably missed some.
But I posted, and there's a video of me crying because we got to give the crow $1 and he would take it, and there's a video of me crying while I handed him $1.
You know what? I might have seen that. You walked up and did something,
and then I turned around
and you looked at the camera and you're like, oh my God.
Yeah, that was
okay.
Yeah, so that was so then you probably saw the owls, because one of them, his name was Baron von Screech. Yeah. Very, very...
Sounds high ranking.
He was a gentleman.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was really one of the best days of my life. And then I wanted to volunteer, because you can volunteer to work with the birds. But unfortunately, I work a 9 to 5, and the hours just don't match up, which is the same deal There's a bird on Pet Finder that I've been stalking for like 2 years. And his name's Ozzy, and he's a cockatiel, and he's disabled, and I really want him, but I can't take any more birds right now. And he's been up for adoption for like 2 years, and he's at this like bird rehab center. And so I was like, I'll just volunteer at the rehab center. Same deal. I'm a 9 to 5 and the rehab center is open 12 to 6. So I can't volunteer. So unfortunately, my life with birds is just so limited.
Not even on the weekends?
No, the rehab center is not. The nature center is, but the commitment is a little high with my busy life. So yeah. Okay. So it was pretty much one of the best days of my life.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. You don't need another cockatiel. Why are there so many cockatiels like up for adoption, or like why is it so frequent?
So
is the population in the United States and the pet stores like really, really high?
No, there's not a ton of cockatiels in like pet stores. It's just that people get them from like breeders and stuff, and then they realize that they're like loud or messy and they don't want them anymore. A lot of people that get a bird don't do proper research, so they actually don't know how fucking annoying they are. And so then they put them up on Pet Finder or up for adoption or drop them off at a humane society. So that's why you see birds everywhere. I mean, I made that status recently, something about bird adoption, and like 3 people messaged me and were like, I know somebody with a bird that they need to get rid of. Like constantly people are coming to me, and eventually I had to say no because I can't afford any more birds like to feed them and take care of them, and they all have medical issues. And
yeah, do you feel like you're killing birds by saying no?
Stop. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. It sucks, but I have to be responsible at some point. It sucks though.
So do they breed cockatiels here?
Like,
because they're Australian?
Yeah, so we got Stolas from a breeder. So he's actually a breeder bird, meaning he was the one that was making the babies. And once he was like not doing his job anymore, they basically gave him away for free. So when we went to like this parrot fair, and they had a bunch of babies, but I was like, where are the breeder birds? And they pull out like this little box of birds that are not useful to them anymore, and they'll pretty much just give them to you because they're not making babies anymore.
Yeah.
So he's a daddy.
Dead weight, yeah.
Yeah. So I love my Stolas.
Yeah. I met him once.
Yeah, he's a gentleman.
He just sat there.
Little demon prince.
How old is he?
They said they think he's around 4.
Oh, he's still young.
Yeah.
Young buck.
Yeah. And he's still in his prime because him and Laszlo are super gay for each other, so I don't know why they got rid of him. Yeah. He's still horny.
That's funny. That's cool though. Sounds like you had a great time.
Yeah, I loved it.
You had a great time. What else has been going on non-game related? We came off the Super Bowl. We don't have to talk about it for a long time. Zach's a huge Eagles fan. The Eagles kicked the Chiefs' ass.
Yeah, he had a great time.
So you watched it. Do you have input on like halftime show or commercials or anything like that?
Commercials?
Not to put you in the female box, but...
No, yeah. I kind of half watched it because I was doing wedding planning, but I was super unimpressed by the commercials. I think that a lot of like people don't really want to invest in the commercials anymore because social media is so in your face. They don't feel like the Super Bowl is really worth the money. It's like $8 million for like 5 seconds or something. It's ridiculous. So I wasn't super impressed by the commercials. Enjoyed the halftime show. Not a huge Kendrick fan. Like, I like his music, but I don't go out of my way to listen to it. I just hate Drake. So I loved that. I really relished in that. That was my moment.
Yeah, a lot of it was focused around the Drake diss stuff. Yeah. Like, it even had, video game related, it had the PlayStation controller buttons. And then it said game over in the crowd and whatever. Drake's on a Sony label, I guess. I don't know. It seems like there's lots of Easter eggs and hidden meanings, maybe more than we even thought there were.
Yeah.
I like the obvious ones. Samuel L. Jackson as Uncle Sam was fantastic.
Yeah.
And the way they choreographed all of him coming in was great. I thought he was great. I'm not a big Kendrick. Well, I don't know. I super respect what he does because
so talented.
Him and Eminem are literally like, as far as lyricists, are like right there at the top. Like, he's so good.
Poetic.
But I feel like, and there was a lot of like all the black men making up the American flag.
Yeah.
In the times that we're in and right now. I really like the lamppost singers. That part was really, really cool.
Yeah.
So, but the rest of it kind of, and Serena Williams there doing the crypt walk.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Yeah, that was awesome.
But I feel like he, I don't know, almost made it too much about that. There were a couple hit songs he didn't play. It's almost like it was too Drake and not enough. He could have taken some opportunity to address more pressing issues or national stuff. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it was his show. I thought it was really good.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
The people that didn't like it are the same people that said they were going to protest watching NFL football because kneeling and stuff.
Right, yeah. So it's
same crowd. It's like, why are you even watching? You said you weren't going to watch.
Right, same crowd, same vibe.
Yeah, but I thought it was good.
Yeah,
it was good.
Yeah. The game itself wasn't super exciting, but I didn't really care because I was at Zach's family's house and I was really prepared for a lot of screaming and yelling, and that's not like my scene.
Yeah.
And because it was such a blowout or whatever people call it, everybody was just kind of enjoying themselves and eating chips and like having a good time. Yeah. I enjoyed it because of that. I think if it was a closer game, there was more screaming and yelling, I probably would have gotten like a little anxious. Just not my scene anymore.
Yeah, pretty shitty game. I mean, it was impressive to see how good the Eagles were.
Yeah.
Like, damn, but other than that, I mean, especially when you don't have a dog in the fight, when you don't have a bird in the fight.
Yeah. Honk.
You just want a good game, a close game, something exciting, down to the wire.
Yeah.
We didn't get any of that, but whatever. Let's move on to video games. What about what we've been playing? I'll get it into more of a service type thing, but I've been playing The Plucky Squire.
Yeah.
Which was nominated for some awards coming out of last year. I think it was a late summer release, weird August release, something like that. It's really, really fun. I don't think it's going to be I am going to review it. I don't think it's going to be a 9 or a 10, but it's so cute and I like its storybook presentation.
Yeah.
Because you're playing inside of a storybook and then you can jump out of it.
Oh, that's cool.
And you can even manipulate the book. So some puzzles, and I know you like puzzles, like you can jump out of the book and then you can like pick up the book and you can turn its pages, but you can also tilt it.
Oh.
So you can like make blocks slide and then you can jump back in. And then obviously being a storybook, it also has words and sentences that tell the story.
Yeah.
And sometimes you can like knock those words out and take them and put them other places to make a metal block wooden, for instance. There's wooden in a sentence over here. You can move it over.
That's kind of dope.
The block changed from like metal to wood, and then you can bash it open or something. That's a simple example, but it has all this unique storybook type of thing. And there is like a overarching character named Sam. It's his room, it's his book, it's his imagination, all this stuff. So he plays with his toys in his room. So when you jump out of the book and it's like a new day, well, he's playing something different. So it's the same room, but it'll be reorganized differently. So it's not the same every time when you jump out, you know what I mean? It'll be different because he's playing something different. So it kind of connects you to this character that you never see by playing through all his like imaginary, whatever he's setting up, his battles and castles and all kinds of crazy stuff.
I'll have to check that out. That sounds really fun.
So it's really cool. My only knock on it is it's pretty easy. Like, I'm not going to say it's for babies, but the combat's really simple. The puzzles, some of them I've gotten stuck. I've had to think about late in game, but most of those are pretty easy. It's more like a play through it experience.
Yeah.
And a lot of challenges.
I don't mind those. Sometimes you need a break from the hard shit.
Yeah. But really cute, really fun. So that's, what was I playing before that? Dragon Age, which I'm still not done with. Should finish that. I just feel like you ever get like that? You probably do with Baldur's Gate for sure, where you're like playing the same thing for so long and it's awesome.
Yeah.
You love it, but you like need a short break.
Yes.
That's a game that's not like what
you get too into it, and then it gets like you overthink things and it gets hard because you're just like too into it. Yeah. You need a break, refresher.
Yeah. So that's exactly what happened with Plucky Squire. Plus we came off of our episode coming out of the holiday where we talked about all the games that were nominated and stuff and made a mental note of some of those, and that was one of them. And it's done by Devolver Digital, and they did a really good job with it.
I'll have to check that out.
I feel like there should be a second one that's even better coming type of situation.
Okay.
It's been really fun. What have you been playing?
Metaphor still? Yeah. I'm about 90 hours in.
Atlas.
Love it.
Where we don't make bad games.
It's literally.
That should be their tagline for
sure. It's so.
So how many hours? Actually, I think I can tell. can we tell how many hours you put in, or can I?
If you have the app, you should be able to look and see. I know what my save file is, but I don't know what like the PlayStation app says because I don't know if it counts idle time.
What's your name? Alyssa.
Hey.
Recently played Metaphor. You can probably see it on your side. It doesn't look like it.
It doesn't look like it. Okay.
I can see you recently played, which is Metaphor, The Witcher 3, Final Fantasy, and Baldur's Gate. So you really haven't, like, you haven't played a lot of different games. Like, you've gone like 6 months with only playing like these 4. Probably.
Yeah, it sucks being an adult.
That's rare for you.
I know.
Well, I don't know. You've got a lot of hours, and I know not The Witcher because you had like system issues.
Yeah.
But Baldur's Gate, Final Fantasy, and Metaphor, you've dumped like
Baldur's
big
Gate.
amount of hours.
Yeah, Baldur's Gate took me like a year to beat, and then I'm about 90 hours in to Metaphor according to my last save. So I mean, every minute I have, I'm playing that game. It is so addicting. It's so much fun. It's like Persona on crack. It's so much fun. I'm very stuck right now. And when I say I'm stuck on a game, it means I tried a boss once, died, and got pissed off, and never tried again. So I'm stuck on a boss, but it says it's the final boss, so that's probably why it's so hard. But I also,
at the very end.
I feel like it's not the final boss, though. There's just like context clues with some of like the game mechanics. I just feel like I'm not at the end. Just like some of the leveling up stuff is not finalized. That should be if I was at the end. But I'm obsessed. I love the story. I love the characters, the gameplay, the battle mechanics. The animation is just gorgeous. I feel like I'm playing an anime.
Can you well, is Persona the only other Atlas game you've played?
I think so.
Because they have a very branded, like, I can tell this is Atlas kind of thing.
I'm pretty sure.
Even if it's like their different sub
They didn't do
or whatever.
Catherine, did they?
Yeah.
They did? Okay, so I played Catherine then.
Catherine's Atlas.
Yeah. So Catherine and Persona, which one's the one with the cat that I didn't like? 4? Persona 4?
No, it's Persona 5 has the cat.
5. Okay, then I played 5.
Morgana?
Yeah. So I played Persona 5, Catherine, and now Metaphor.
Okay.
Yeah.
I bet there's a couple others that you've probably played that you just don't realize.
Yeah.
I feel like more than like art style, when I say you can tell it's an Atlas game, I feel like it's more, they're big on the day structure. They're big on activities and filling out that dialogue, party system.
Yeah.
Like all that always.
I will say the day structure can kind of fuck you in this game. If you don't do enough grinding on like quests and stuff, and then you spend like 45 minutes listening to dialogue before you fight the boss in the main story, it's really frustrating because then you have to go back a couple of days and like grind more. I haven't really run into that, but I think I might have just now with the boss. Oops. So
does it stack your save files?
Yeah,
You can Fallout stacks like your last 10, so you can go back.
I mean, you can save anytime as many times as you want. So you can have multiple save files. So that's what I kind of did, was like each day kind of have a save. So I can go back to where I need to, but I'm also out of quests to do, so I'd just be like randomly grinding in a dungeon anyway. So maybe I'm just dumb at this boss fight. But it's amazing. It's so good.
Is there an animal in the party?
Yeah.
That's also an Atlas thing. Okay.
Yeah.
Is there just one?
Yeah.
What kind of animal?
He's a bat.
Bat.
He's fucking awesome.
Is he like on the cover? Is he like in the cover art?
I don't know.
I feel like I would have seen that. I'm definitely jealous. I'll
definitely play it
at some point. I'm surprised you got to it before me. Actually,
I bought it as like my Christmas gift to me. Yeah, I was, because every year for Christmas, Zach usually buys me a game, but this year we didn't do gifts for each other because the wedding's coming up. So I was like, I'm gonna buy myself a game, and that was the game I did.
So what else does your backlog have in it? The Witcher, whenever that.
Yeah, The Witcher. Yeah, I need to beat Final Fantasy Rebirth. Those are kind of my mains right now.
Okay.
I kind of fell off a little bit because of work.
Did you watch all those trailers that I sent you?
No, not yet. I'm sorry. I put in like 70 hours of work last week.
I sent you like 12, so yeah. It's fine.
And I'm going to watch them all.
Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff. I feel like I'm getting ready to, and we'll talk about it later, but I'm getting ready to go on this indie kick of knocking out a bunch of bunch of indies before.
I need some indies in my life after this, especially after like a game like Baldur's Gate and then jumping into Metaphor to like turn-based strategic like games where you really got to put your brains into it. I need something like, I don't want to say simple. Indie games are far from simple, but something kind of like relaxing.
Yeah, cozy.
Yeah.
Cozy experience.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm in that mode now, and I feel like now's a good time to plug through some of that stuff before some of the big PlayStation exclusives start coming out. GTA 6.
Yeah.
You know, we're going to be encapsulated with all these big AAA titles. So I feel like now's a good time. And you and I always prioritize that anyway, no matter what time of year it is. Like, we've got to get through these. I want to play all these highly reviewed, critically acclaimed indies because they deserve my attention. They deserve my money. You know?
Yeah. I love a good indie.
That matters.
Indie ho.
All right, let's take a break. We're going to come back and we're going to talk about PlayStation. We're going to talk about a recent outage. And we're going to talk about a lot of the good indie games that are on there through PlayStation Plus Extra, which is kind of what I'm in on now. We'll come back with that right after this.
Thank you to BetterHelp for sponsoring this episode. BetterHelp is the world's largest therapy service, and it's 100% online. With BetterHelp, you can tap into a network of over 25,000 licensed and experienced therapists who can help you with a wide range of issues. To get started, you just answer a few questions about your needs and preferences in therapy. That way, BetterHelp can match you with the right therapist from their network. Then you can talk to your therapist however you feel comfortable, whether it's via text, chat, phone, or video call. You can message your therapist at any time and schedule live sessions when it's convenient for you. If your therapist isn't the right fit for any reason, you can switch to a new therapist at no additional charge. With BetterHelp, you get the same professionalism and quality you expect from in-office therapy, but with a therapist who is custom picked for you, more scheduling flexibility, and at a more affordable price. Get 10% off your first month at BetterHelp.com/thebarn. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/thebarn.
Welcome back to Birds and Swords. Let's get into some gaming stuff, specifically PlayStation. If I think about 2011 and the great PlayStation outage of 2011, and it was down for like a month, right? Wasn't it like a month?
I think it was a month.
So it was a month. Man, that was bad. That was bad. I can't believe they couldn't figure it out in time. But anyway, so this has happened again. Tell the folks all about it.
PlayStation Network went down for, what did you say, almost exactly 24 hours. Yep. I personally did not notice on my PlayStation because I play single player games. That's not a flex. It's just my preference. So I didn't notice, but it was all over social media and people were pretty funny about it. People were like, I touched grass today, and one lady posted, why is my son talking to me? And it went down, and gamers everywhere were pretty distraught because online gaming is really popular now. It's a main source of entertainment.
Yeah, I compared it to or the people at least saying it was silly, because there were plenty of people saying it was silly. But if that's your method of entertainment, that's like your streaming services being down for a night. So you can't Netflix, you can't Amazon Prime, it's almost like taking your internet away, I guess.
Right. I mean, imagine getting home from a hard day at work, or you've had a long week and it's the weekend, whatever, and this is like your limited time to enjoy yourself and you can't. It's frustrating. I totally get it. Like, I definitely get all the people that were really upset. It is kind of a big deal when it's your outlet.
Yeah. And when it's something that you pay for, because that's what drives me crazy, or when things work that I pay for. Like, I have so much more leeway with things that are non-paid subscriptions and just happen or whatever, and they rely on the support of this, and this. But when it's when I'm supporting it with my money and it goes down,
I expect it to work
for at least an extended amount of time. You know, if it's for a second, that's fine. Shit happens. But any extended amount of time, I'm like, oh my God, you're Google. You have $1 trillion. Why isn't this working?
Figure it out.
Yeah, I get all mad. And PlayStation kind of falls into that. You know, people were paying for that. And I don't know, it seems like Xbox, and I don't know if anybody cares about Nintendo Online, but it seems like it doesn't happen over there. So why does it keep happening to PlayStation?
I don't know. And nobody knows why it went down either. Like, a lot of people are saying they got hacked, but nobody really knows. They didn't really say. They just said, sorry, here's 5 days of PlayStation Network for free. But, yeah, like that's what Zach was saying to me, because he's an Xbox and PC gamer. He kind of rubbed it in my face, like, this doesn't happen on Xbox.
It doesn't,
and he's not wrong. I mean, I don't care if PSN goes down for the rest of my life. I'm still gonna be a PlayStation girly, but he's right. I don't know what it is about PlayStation that this is always them.
Well, it's North American servers. It's the only like foreign-based company of those three, but I don't know if that has anything to do with it. They're all those DDoS attacks that I don't know enough about. It like rewrites codes, automatically. Like you just kind of plant a thing, I think. They're pretty common to shut down online services and platforms like that, but to get to Sony seems like, I don't know. And what's the point? What's your motivation? I guess to stir up shit.
Yeah, and it worked. People were pretty distraught. It made the news. I saw it on, I think it was TMJ4 that they were talking about it.
Really?
Yeah.
With all the shit going on.
Yeah, they were like, PlayStation Network is down.
They still had room.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. So pretty interesting. Yeah, definitely stirred it up for sure. Like I said, I didn't really notice. It's not a flex. I'm just lucky enough to play single player games. A lot of people were confused. I noticed they were commenting like they seemed to think their PlayStation wasn't going to work. Like they didn't check it, and everybody was kind of arguing about it. Like they thought single player games and like digital, like I downloaded this game so I can't play it. No,
right.
once
like
it's
Metaphor for you.
Yeah, right. But I was able to play Metaphor. So there was a lot of confusion, a lot of arguing, a lot of people telling other people to touch grass. It was a lot of chaos in the gaming community for 24 hours.
It was a day.
Right.
I didn't notice it either. Like I told you, I don't know. I don't know if it wasn't coming up in my feeds or what, but I think I just didn't play that day. I was working on some other stuff, I guess. Too busy, because I think I just missed it. I don't know. I've got those games downloaded because I'm playing digital things now through a PlayStation subscription. So I don't know if maybe they wouldn't have worked. No, I think they would have worked because
they probably would have, right?
I have them downloaded.
Yeah.
And as long as they're on your hard drive, I felt like you could play them. But yeah, I didn't notice at all. So.
GameStop posted something really funny. What did they post? They posted like,
they were like, bet you wish you had physical now.
Yeah, they're like, we're not down or something like.
Yeah, we're open right now. You can come buy whatever.
Yeah, there are 12 video games that they have in the store, and the rest is just pre-owned merchandise. Yeah. Sure.
Plushies and pop figures. Yeah, so it didn't really bother me much, but
yeah,
I definitely get it. Like you said, like
I would have been pissed
if this is what you do, or maybe you had something playing. Maybe you had a live stream.
Well, Zach was gaming with one of his friends, and it was a cross-plat game, and his friend all of a sudden it went out for him, and his friend, they were on Discord, and he was like, I can't get onto the network. So like that could have been happening to people too. I mean, and this friend of Zach's, he works like 15-hour shifts, and he got off work and was ready to sit down, have some Doritos, and play some video games.
Yeah.
And I mean, it could ruin your night. If I got home and couldn't play Metaphor or any of my games for that matter, I would throw a fucking fit.
Yeah.
I would.
Especially if you're like thinking about it earlier in the day.
Yeah, you're like,
man, at least I get to play Metaphor.
Right. It's all going to be worth it after this. Yeah.
So I get that. So everybody got 5 free days?
Yeah, I think it was 5.
Well, you came out ahead if you could suffer through the one day.
Yeah.
You got 5 extra
I think
days.
we should have gotten more, but that's just me being greedy.
When they did the, what happened when it was down for the month? Everybody got like, they could choose 3 free games out of 10 or something offer. Like that. Which was actually pretty killer because they put some good games on there. But they had to do that.
I know. I will tell the truth. I was hoping it was down longer so they do something like that again. But that was just really selfish because I don't play online. So I was like, give me some free games for my non-inconvenience.
You come out ahead either way.
Yeah.
But that doesn't happen. You don't see it on Steam community.
Steam never.
I don't.
No.
I don't know. I guess PlayStation just has shitty security.
Yeah.
Their stuff. I don't know enough about it.
I mean, like, I don't like Xbox's security sure is better, but Zach got hacked by a Russian once on his Xbox.
Oh, really?
He went in his settings and changed everything to Russian and took his credit card info.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So like we couldn't, it took months to get it back.
Man,
but it wasn't the whole network either. It was just him targeted. So like they're both bad at security to a point, I guess, but PlayStation, like, learn your lesson.
Right. Yeah. I wonder if it'll probably happen again, if it's just going to keep happening.
Give it a couple years.
Yeah. Transitioning off of that, though, they do have now. I used to get free PlayStation Plus, whatever, every year, so I never had to pay for it. So now now that I don't do that anymore, I'm kind of pickier and choosier on when I go after like their game catalog, and I've done it a couple times. And so they have what's called PlayStation Plus Extra, which is $14.99 a month, but you get access to the entire game catalog that's available except for the retro stuff.
Okay.
There's still one more step up. It's PlayStation
So it's tiered.
Plus Super Mega Awesome McAwesomeville.
McAwesome.
I don't know. I forget what it's called. So I have the middle one, which gets you like the regular online subscription that some games require that you have PlayStation Plus to play online, and you get access to the game catalog for like PS3, PS4, and PS5 games. This does include indies and stuff like that, which is what's great about it right now because it has so many indies. So I downloaded like 6 of them. Let me bring it up. Have you ever subscribed to it? Maybe way back in the day?
Which one?
Since they transitioned to like the game catalog. It's like Game Pass.
No.
But for PlayStation.
No, I don't. I just have the PlayStation Plus, like, that lets me play online if I want, which is funny because I don't.
Yeah, you're just throwing your money away.
I just have it like it just automatically renews every year, and every time it does it, I'm like, shit.
Yeah. So I downloaded Animal Well, which I'm pretty sure we both want to play.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic indie. All of these I'm going to mention are free to play with the PlayStation Plus Extra right now. Coffee Talk, which we actually just watched a trailer for.
Looks really good.
Which is like a visual novel
But you make coffee.
mixed with a drinking minigame or mixing drink minigame. But it's more narrative based, and you get to know all these weird people and creatures as they come into your coffee shop. Dave the Diver, which is kind of, well, that one's critically acclaimed.
I've heard a lot.
Yeah, it's
of
got.
that.
I think it was nominated for some awards too. I want to say, it's a real one of those cozy games, almost like Spiritfarer, but you run like a sushi bar at the surface, but then you dive through these real, casual sequences where you get items and resources, I guess. Odin Sphere Lethrosir is on there. I've already played that. I've been begging you to play it. That's another Atlas game. I feel like you're getting ready to sometime. Like you'll probably play it in 2025.
Yeah.
I don't know if you get to it next. That's on there right now. Killer Frequency, which is kind of like, what was the game I said? Firewatch.
Yeah. Yeah. I definitely get those vibes from it.
Yeah, which is almost like a walking simulator, but you're like a DJ and there's these murders and you're taking phone calls.
Yeah. And people are like calling it in and you have to help them. And it seems really cool.
But some of it's taking place like at the station and you can affect it. So that looks really cool. Mentioned earlier, I'm playing the Plucky Squire. I'm almost done with that. That is free to play on there. The Anno Mutationum. Anno. That cyberpunk side-scrolling life sim bad.
Is that the one we just watched?
Yeah.
Yeah, that one looks really dope.
That one's really, really highly rated too. That's free to play on there. And I seen you a trailer for a game called Erica. You played, what's that game with the real live action sequences? Quantum
Break.
Quantum Break. It's kind of like that. It's like choice driven, but it's all like real live motion acted, like real live acted.
What's it called?
People.
Erica?
Yeah, it's just called Erica.
Wait, it's out now?
Yeah, it's free to play on the PlayStation Plus Extra. Yeah.
You're convincing me.
We'll watch the trailer for that. But it looks like it could either be really cool or like really
cheesy,
really fucking lame. Yeah. So that's
corny.
on there too. They also have a lot of good AAA stuff on there. If you haven't played God of War Ragnarok, it's on there. Didn't you buy that? I think you have it and just haven't played it.
Ragnarok is the newest one. Yeah. I don't have it.
You don't have it?
I don't think so.
Ooh, it's on there.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
You could play
it was on my Christmas list for myself.
If you can get it done in under a month, which I know you can, it'd be $14.99 instead of $70.
Hell yeah.
So they're killing it right now. That's on there. Ghost of Tsushima if you haven't played it. I want to play the new
Sonic?
Frontiers is on there, which is like the 3D open world one.
Oh.
It got pretty mediocre reviews, but I want to play it. I love Sonic.
Yeah.
So that's on there. I mean, there's just all kinds of good shit on there right now. No one ever talks about it. So we are. PlayStation gets a lot of shit that it doesn't have a service like Game Pass, and it does.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I kind of gave it shit because I didn't feel like it'd be this cool, but you're selling it to me.
Especially with the indies. Like,
yeah, indies are like my powerhouse, man. Like, I could crank through some indies. So,
and I don't know how they negotiate what games go on there, but I'm sure those indie developers just want their stuff out there.
Yeah.
I don't know how much you get. You probably get paid less when it's on a streaming service like Game Pass or the PlayStation Plus, but man, it gives an opportunity to play some really cool games that you probably wouldn't have spent $9.99, $14.99 on. You know what I mean? 'Cause
Yeah.
you can just try them and play them. You don't even have to finish them. You can just try them. So that's kind of where I'm at in my Dragon Age break.
that makes sense.
Plucky Squire. I'm probably gonna go to that Anno Mutation M game next, and then I don't know. I feel like you should play like Coffee Talk or something.
I want to play Coffee
and
Talk
then let
for
us
sure.
know
And
about
what was the killer one?
Oh, Killer Frequency.
Yeah,
'Cause
Coffee Talk and Killer Frequency. I want to play.
Yeah, and you said you had kind of come across that one.
Yeah, I found that one when I looked up like best indies of 2024 or something, and that was one of them.
Yeah.
Oh no, I looked up like new scary games, I think.
Google search for new scary games.
Yeah, I needed something fresh.
Yeah, that's what the Erica game looks like.
Yeah.
Some kind of horror thing.
I do like that. I like to be scared.
I just feel like if there was this innovative live action choice driven game, if it was awesome, we would have heard about it. And we
Right. Yeah, that's true.
So it might not be great. I don't know. But that's the beauty of it. You're not really paying for it, and you can play it for a minute.
I do feel like so many indie games get brushed under the rug, though, in general. Like, if I didn't Google new scary games, I would have never heard of Killer Frequency. And, like, Animal Well, I heard of because I think it got brought up at the Game Awards, maybe.
Yeah. It was nominated.
But other than, like, that, if I don't go looking for it, like, I feel like indie games are just, like, it's almost like a hidden treasure. It's
Yeah.
hard to find.
Yeah.
You have to hear it from other people,
Yep.
or you have to search for it.
It reminds me of the old way we used to share music and
Yeah,
stuff.
like I
Certain
found
stuff.
this awesome
this
game.
This isn't on the radio.
Yeah.
Listen to this. It's almost the same kind of thing. Like,
Yeah.
You probably didn't see this, but look how awesome it is.
Yeah, I kind of miss. I like Matt used to give me so many. Like he was like the indie game god, and now that like I don't really talk to him much, I don't have that outlet. So I have to Google. I have to do the work.
I just sent you like 14 trailers.
You know what?
Indie games.
That is fair. That is fair.
Stepped up.
You did. You stepped up.
And
Thank
I
you.
know you'll play some of them.
Yeah. I think Killer Frequency, actually, I might play tomorrow since I have my remote day.
Ooh.
Since work was like, you don't have to come in because there's Blizzard.
And it might be like a 4 or 5 hour thing.
Yeah, I think it'll be pretty good. Like, play in between my phone
Knock
calls
it
and
out.
emails.
Yeah.
Like, just something I can casually do. Be afraid for a little bit and then be afraid of my job.
Yep.
2 different fears.
Do you have any interest in playing the new Silent Hill? Did you play the older ones?
I never played any. Well, okay, no. I played the remake of the first one on the PlayStation 3. And I didn't like it. Sorry. I think I did read reviews that the remake was really bad, like really poorly done.
And the second game, Silent Hill 2, is the best one. Probably.
Okay. So I want to give it another try because I love the Silent Hill fan base. Every Silent Hill fan that I meet is amazing, and they really upsell this game. They just like sell it to me, and they make it sound like the best game series ever. And they're all really amazing people. So I do want to get into this series, kind of like Resident Evil a little bit, but the Silent Hill fan base is so fun.
Yeah.
I want to be
Probably
included.
just like different age groups almost.
Yeah.
Like they're bracketed into, man, these people who liked horror games and that played in this time period.
Yeah.
That's not on there though, but PlayStation Plus. You should do it.
Yes.
Buy it tomorrow. $14.99 is really not bad.
Why not?
And I don't work for PlayStation. We have no affiliate link for this to make any money off of buying it, but I really recommend it right now. Like I said before, all this AAA stuff starts coming in. Okay, let's end on something positive. Something positive. You were ready for that?
No, I'm not a positive person.
Anything in the news? Anything good?
In the news?
In anything?
Did you say in the news?
In the news?
Anything positive in the news?
Not really.
Anything good? I saw Goose.
You saw Goose?
I saw Goose. Goose is a jam band. They were at the Miller High Life Theater, and
you didn't see a Goose. You saw.
I saw Goose, the band, jam band at the Miller High Life Theater. Basically, my job, we got to work there for the night. 3 nights that they were playing, and I snuck in and watched their performance, and it was super fun.
Did they have like a goose on like the kick drum or anything? Were there?
No, so I think they used.
Buy any merch?
Yeah, I have a shirt that says Goose, and it has a bird on it. But I also online, I went on Etsy. They have older merch, and it has a goose laying down. It says Goose. And I saw a guy with a T-shirt. Actually, there's so many fun goose outfits there. Like someone was dressed like a goose. Someone had like a goose like Hawaiian shirt, but it was just geese. But one guy had a shirt, and it was a goose wearing a sombrero, and it said "Me gusta."
Oh my gosh!
Yeah,
that's great.
So I really like Goose the band, and I love Goose the animal. So I had a great time.
Where was this?
It was at the Miller High Life Theater downtown.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we sell tacos there now.
You sell tacos there now?
Yeah.
Is that what you said?
Yeah.
For Bel Air,
Yeah.
tacos.
And it was super fun, and the crowd was really fun. Everyone was on acid. It was kind of fun being on the other side of it, like being like the one working while other people are fucked up trying to order. Like I had to talk to people like they were toddlers. Like I had to teach people how to use payment methods. One guy just handed me his whole wallet. He just handed it to me.
This.
I said, "That'll be $12.50," and he gave me his wallet. And I was like, for sure. A lot of pukers, saw some people throw up on themselves. I mean, it's just fun to see people high and on drugs when it's not you.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of super, like, people watching is like next level.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
Yeah. It's super fun. And everyone just loves you. They're like, "Thank you so much for this food." And it's like, "You paid for it, man."
Yeah.
You paid me for this. He's like, "You are so nice and I love your eyes." I'm like, oh my gosh, I could sell tacos here every day.
It's great that you're satisfied with the quality of what you paid for. Rate us on our Facebook page.
So that's my good news. Saw Goose, had a great time. What about you?
Good news. I was kind of leaning gaming just because
Shit.
kind of how much I was getting back into it. I feel like I've been working a lot. I don't know. Maybe it's because of the holidays and everything, but I kind of abandoned gaming and felt bad about it. And now I've been gaming like a lot.
Doesn't it feel good when you get back into it?
Yeah.
It feels refreshing. Like you feel like you're you again.
Well, it was always the turning it on and starting something like never sounded good. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
When all I had to do was turn it on and start something.
And then you're in it again. Like it's like the climb of like you have to like fight this uphill battle of just turning it on.
Yeah.
I totally feel you.
And I feel like we've talked about gaming as an escape from all the other stuff, and we're dealing with a lot of other stuff right now. So it's kind of working out really well in that regard. So I've been gaming a little bit every night, and I'm like, man, I miss like binge gaming where I just do like 4 or 5 hours a night.
Yeah.
So there's been a couple nights I missed. Apparently the PlayStation Network outage tonight I missed. Other than that, I've been like, man, there's so many, researching games that are out. Like I said, with all the indie games I've been looking into, and I've just been really happy in a good place as far as gaming, which for Birds and Swords, that's pretty good news. That's pretty positive news. Anything else? What do we got coming up? We're gonna do hopefully an interview with Michaela Jade coming soon. We want to get her pulse on kind of how the industry is feeling as we're in 2025 now, and we're gonna do another year episode, but we need to there's
another year. Oh yeah, another like
year in gaming. Yeah, we're gonna bring that series back. There's just a lot of work goes into those. We'll make a bunch of graphics up and stuff like that.
That'll be a fun one.
So Sony State of Play will have that content in some form.
Excited to see some Death Stranding 2 stuff.
If it's good enough. If they just show a bunch of crap, then nothing to report. But I feel like we're going to see some cool stuff tomorrow, so we'll come back with that too. So good hanging out. Alyssa?
Goodbye.
Goodbye.